In today's Anime Adventures video, I'll be going over all the new tradable units. Well, they're not tradable yet, but you might be watching this when it's tradable, when it's not, for the Christmas update and all the value predictions. There's predictions, so I would say they're kind of accurate, but I wouldn't say it's the exact value, but it'll be around there. Especially with hype, it could be higher, or maybe it'll be a little bit lower, but it won't be too far off. So the only things I ask you to do is subscribe to the channel to 15,000 subscribers, like this video, let's make 300 likes on the video, and join the Discord server down below. And yeah, it's going to be all the Bungo straight up units, because those are going to be tradable in the Christmas update, and all of the Halloween units. So let's get straight into it. So the first unit is going to be Hinamy with a value of like 100 and I think it was 15, yeah, 115, and a demand of 3, just because of the fact that she is a pretty decent unit. She's a hybrid on placement. I don't know if she does true damage or not, I forgot about that, but it's going to be like around 115 to 130 with a 3 demand. I mean, the cosmetic, it's the fact that her cosmetic is so ugly that decreases her value, but still decent value, especially for just a regular mythical that you can get from a capsule. So I don't think there's much to explain. You might think it's a little bit lower, but there's no way you think it's insanely higher. Like, let's just be honest now. Now for her shiny, I actually think it's going to be like around 575, but some people disagreeing with me and saying 675, so I'm going to just put the dash saying 575 to 675, just because the fact that she's a good unit kind of carries this unit quite a lot, and apparently the effect looks cool, but in my opinion, I think it's kind of ugly in my opinion how the unit looks. So I'm going to say 575 to 675. If you get offered between that range, I would just take it, just because she's going to be an annoying unit kind of to trade off. So yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's any higher than that 100%. I'm just gonna put in between because I'm really not too sure. So I'm just gonna make it a bit like vary. Now we got Hinamy, who's gonna have a value of 100. Now Hinamy is like a very good unit. Some of you guys might not think he's a good unit, but he definitely is. A lot of people try to say that he's better than Stain. I don't think that, but a lot of people actually do think he's better than Stain. But at the end of the day, whether he's better than Stain or not, he's still a very, very good unit. The only thing is, he's a ground unit. In my opinion, I don't think he's better than Stain, but he is going to have a value of 100 with his cosmetic being pretty good, and he's being a pretty good unit. He's not, it's not like Hinamy when it comes to how good his unit is, so his regular version's obviously going to be better than been worse than Hinamy, just because he's technically a worse unit, I guess. Overall, you'd probably use Hinamy in most situations than Hinamy. So I mean, yeah, he's gonna have a value of 100. His cosmetic is decent, especially as a normal unit. He's gonna have 3 demand, obviously, because it's just a regular mythical they get from a capsule, so it's not too hard to obtain, if I'm being completely honest. Now for shiny Hinamy, it's going to have a value of like around 650 to 725. It's going to have quite good value just because of the fact that it's still a good unit, and his shiny does not, it's like it doesn't look ugly. It looks pretty cool. I would say it's too much better than the regular version, if I'm being honest. Not too much changed, but it's still a very good unit, and his cosmetic does look pretty cool. So I mean, yeah, that's pretty much why he's there where he is. You might think it's a little bit lower, but you wouldn't think he's high in my opinion. Like, you can't really justify it too much. And then Gas, obviously, is going to have Dookie value of 50 and a demand of 2. I don't think we need to debate. Is the worst unit of the Halloween update. He's the worst Halloween unit. His cosmetic is kind of mid, especially regular. So yeah, he is where he is, I guess. You can't really save Gas. You just can't really save him. Now shiny Gas, I kind of like the way he looks, but a lot of people don't agree with the way he looks, and they don't really like it too much. And keep in mind, he's still a Dookie unit, so he's gonna have a value of 350 to 450, my bad. But when it comes to his shiny, I mean, people just don't like it. I kind of like how the shiny looks, but people don't. And he's a garbage unit, so it's just not gonna work out for Gas. Now Aku is not a meta unit, and he's not like used for pretty much anything, and he's quite easy to obtain. His cosmetic might be a little bit decent. That's probably why he's actually valued a little bit higher than he probably should be, maybe, just because his cosmetic with a little drag thing can cook a little bit. But realistically, he's not that good of a unit, if we're being completely honest here. And yeah, there's not really much to say about Aku, especially the regular version. Okay, now that we get onto shiny Aku, his value is going to be 375 to around, like, let's say 425, and his demand is still going to be 2, just because it's pretty much just reskin. It will look pretty cool. I'm also hoping, and it might have some cool effects, but at the end of the day, it's not going to make the unit any better than it actually is, and I don't think it'll make it too much better, but maybe just a little bit better, saving it a little bit and giving it a little bit more value, since he is easily obtained, like very easy. Now, Easy will have a little bit more value than Aku, since the cosmetic possibly might be better, might not be actually, to be honest, but she is just a better unit, which, especially when it's just a regular unit and not a shiny version, it kind of carries a lot when it comes to the value. So yeah, the value is just going to be like around, like, let's say 55, and the demand would be like 3. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to explain. I don't want to waste your time or yap. As you can see, I'm doing it a little bit quicker than usual, since there's a lot of units to go through. Then we got shiny Izu, who'll be like around a value of 475 to 525, just because of the pure fact that she's a good unit, and our cosmetic can cook a little bit, but it's always going to be something insane, and she's definitely not an insane unit either, so it'll be around 475 to 525 when it comes to her shiny's value. Now, Sushi's value will be around from 150 to 140 with the demand of 4, just because of the pure fact that he's used in, what's it called, tournaments quite a lot. That's what it was, tournaments. I mean, he's still used in Infinity Castle quite a lot, but mostly it's mostly just tournaments. He's using tournaments quite regularly, so his value will just be quite high, especially with the update hype and things like that. But he definitely will decrease quite quickly, so don't expect him to be this high of a value for very, very long. But for a little bit, it'll be probably a little bit high, especially just because you're using tournaments, and people just use him as like a stain alternative most of the times. But sometimes he'll be better than stain in certain situations, like a tournament, for example. So yeah. Now, Shiny Sushi's thingy, what's it called? What was I gonna say again? Yeah, it's gonna be like around 500 to 600. Like 650. It kind of just depends on how good the cosmetic is, because with Shiny Sushi, the cosmetic can actually have potential to look good, but at the same time it can also look just very mid. And if it looks mid, it's gonna have a value of 500, being honest, just because the pure fact is gonna be carried by the fact that he's actually what's it called? It's just a good unit, but like the cosmetic is kind of, you know, so that's why it's just gonna increase the value. But if the cosmetic is good, it's gonna increase the value by quite a lot, because if a unit has good cosmetic and is needed quite a lot, especially for things like tournaments, the value is going to be quite high. We've seen the example with power. Obviously, he's not going to reach the levels of power, just because there's like a lot of alternatives for him in certain situations already, and in no way his shiny looks as good as power shiny, but it has potential to look good, so it kind of just depends. That's what I'm saying, it varies. But I would just say if the cosmetic is ass or mid, we'll say 500, 525. If it's cooking, 650, and maybe, then yeah, I wouldn't go higher than that, to be honest. But if I find a trade's higher than that, take it straight away, I guess. Now we've got Trio. Now Trio is actually expected to be quite a higher value than it actually is now, just because of the pure fact that now that Goku's been released. I'm not saying Goku's better than him, but realistically, if you already have Goku, you don't need to get Trio, or however you say his name, just because sure, Trio might be a better heal unit, I don't know, but it's not by too much. And then you also got Cold and things like that, so there's too many options, and it's not as needed, especially if you're gonna get Goku because you want to get Vegito. But then you're also going to have a heal unit, so what's kind of the point? But still, at the end of the day, Trio is still a very, very good heal unit, so he's going to have a value of 75 and a demand of 3. Actually, no, I'll make it 4 just because it's a good unit, but yeah. Now, Shiny Trio, or however you want to say his name, is probably going to have the highest valued shiny when it comes to all the mythicals of the Bungo Shader update, just because he probably has the most potential for like a decent looking shiny. They're all gonna kind of look dookie with the Bungo Shader mythical shinies, but the pure fact is he's a base good unit. Like, he's guaranteed, like, you already know he's a good unit, like for like a long time, rather than just like some tournaments like a Sushi and for like temporary. And yeah, it's just more like established, so I'm gonna say 625. It might be a little bit lower if I'm being honest, so maybe I say 575 to 625, but it's not going to get too low just because it's a good unit. Now, with the fact that Zid being a very, very good unit when it comes to the fact that he can be used for pretty much anything and be classed as a good unit, especially Infinity Castle where he's probably best at, he's going to have a value of 250 to 300, so it's a quite good unit. And not only that, his cosmetic is amazing, especially just for a regular secret. And I would say he's a little bit hard to obtain, but I would say he's too hard to obtain. So it's pretty much like a better version of Poseidon in every single way possible. So that's why he's going to have a value of 250 to 300, especially with the hype that he's going to be getting. But I wouldn't say he's going to have this type of value for a very, very long time. After like a couple of weeks, it's going to definitely go down. So I would definitely say if you have Zids, trade him right now, because once he's done, he's done. He's not going to go back up anytime soon, probably never. So I mean, yeah, but for now he's definitely going to get those good trades, and you'll probably see them everywhere, and especially in my W trade videos. Now, I don't know if this is true, but apparently they are working on a shiny Zid cosmetic rework, which might drop in the Christmas update, and if it does, then the value is going to be higher than what I'm saying is right now. But because of the pure fact that the shiny Zid cosmetic is pretty much very, very similar to the regular Zid cosmetic, but apparently, I don't know if it's confirmed or true, they're reworking on the shiny, but they haven't said anything about it, so I don't know. But if they do drop it, because this is before the actual the update has dropped, so I mean, yeah, then it's going to be high value. But at the moment, since it's reskinned, we're going to say the value is going to be 750 with a demand of 4. But if they do decide to improve it and it looks very, very good, then the value can easily go up to 1,000, or especially on update day, it can even get higher overpays than that. But realistically, at the moment, it's going to be 750 with 4 demand. But if they rework the cosmetic, then I don't know, it's kind of up for you to decide how much better is it now that they've reworked the cosmetic. But just because the fact it's a very, very good unit, and its regular cosmetic look pretty decent anyways, and the shiny is the same, so yeah. Now we got regular Dazai, which is gonna have a value of around 275 to 325. It kind of just depends on what kind of offers you get, but I would say a value around there, especially with the hype and the fact that he's a good support unit. I would say he's one of the best support units in the game, but it's still a meta support, especially for infinite and leaderboard runs, things like that. It's going to be actually have quite a high value from 275 to, let's say, 325. Kind of depends what you get, but I would say if you get lower than that, you should really be accepting those trades, especially because it's also hard to obtain. The rarity is like quite high. That's why he was kind of higher than Zed, I guess, just because maybe you might like Zed a bit more, but this is also hard to obtain, and he's most likely going to have a good cosmic on top of all of that, so his value is going to be 275 to 325. But yeah, that's what I'd say for now. But I would say it's going to last too long, especially if they release new support units that are better than him. Then I don't know what's going to go on. But I don't think they're going to release a unit like him for quite a while, if I'm being completely honest. So I would say his value might become a little bit less than stable, but I would say it's going to drastically decrease by that much. Now we have Alucard Dazai, who's going to have a value of 106,650 to 1,900. It kind of just depends on how good the cosmic is, because they can cook, it can be mid or it can be garbage. It kind of just depends, but at the end of the day, it's still a shiny of a kind of hard to obtain unit, and it's definitely a meta unit for things like LB runs and things like that. So it's definitely a good unit, and he's definitely gonna have good value. But depending on how high the value is, it's definitely gonna be due to hype. And not just hype, the fact if his cosmic is cooking or not, because he can cook with this cosmic, they definitely have the potential to, but they can also do the complete opposite. So who knows? But what I would say is to just be safe is 1,650 to 1,900. And then we have Alucard, who's going to have a value of 1,650 and a demand of 5. Why? Because he's pretty much a better version of Roger in every way possible. There's less than him since people couldn't do the alt account 10 task type thing. So that's one thing. So they pretty much couldn't do the infinite capsules only when the update first dropped, they could do for a little bit, and then they pretty much removed it. So that's one thing. And then another thing is the fact that he's a very good unit, and his cosmic definitely looks way better than Roger's. So that's why it's just a better version. So it's just going to have better value off the bat when he first drops. Will it decrease? Maybe it decrease by a little bit, and it's probably gonna have update hype, so it'll be a little bit higher with first releases. So the demand is gonna be 5, and the value is gonna be 1,650. I mean, I'm gonna put it to 1,750 just in case you do get some insane offers, but realistically, it's gonna be like 1,650, 1,600. Now, shiny Alucard, who's going to have the highest value of this video, and the last this video is going to have a value of 11,000 and demand of 5. Now, I'm not saying he's going to stay like this high for very long. He's definitely going to decrease, but not, I would say, straight away. I mean, he's going to decrease like how Roger decreased, shiny Roger decreased, but maybe not as much as for shiny Roger decreased, just because of the pure fact that shiny Alucard actually has a good cosmic. He's still a good unit, and his cosmic looks really cool, and a lot of people still do want shiny Alucard just by the way he looks, not the fact that he's even good unit. They just want it for how it looks. So many people actually want shiny Alucard compared to shiny Roger. I'm not gonna lie, shiny Roger was a mid unit, and he looked kind of mid too, so that's pretty much why. He's just something just basic of Roger, but just better pretty much is how shiny Alucard's gonna be, and that's the type of pre-trades he's getting. He's getting a little bit under right now, but I'm telling you, when the update drops, it's going to be a whole different story, and it's probably going to get higher than this in certain trades. And if you want to see what type of trades people are going to be getting, subscribe to my channel, because like one day after the update drops, I'm going to do a trading stream and a W trades video, where you're just going to see a bunch of people's trades with the new units, see what type of overpays they're getting, because you're going to see some insane trades, I'm telling you. So subscribe and notifications on to the channel. We'll upload a lot of videos and live streaming the new update. As you can see, you could go check out my channel and see how the videos be like. So yeah, and also let me know if this video was useful by subscribing to the channel and liking this video, because if you like, I know the video is useful. And if you find it useful, then more people will find it useful, because more people see when you like this video, and comment down below. And if you want to find easy W trades, go join my Discord server down below. A lot of people do trade in there, trust me. I've got valueless members in there and all them things there. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.